Hey there friends, welcome to the video, and in this video I want to talk about what DPDR actually is, why it comes about and why you get it. And if you have been watching my videos for a while, then you probably do have a good understanding about what DPDR is and why you have it. But if you've just fallen into it or you are new to my channel and you're doing a bit of research, then welcome. And this video is going to be for you because I'm going to explain exactly what DPDR is and everything you need to know about it. And just to let you know a little bit about me, my name is Dan, and I suffered from DPDR as well, but I've come through to the other side. I've made a full recovery, and now I don't have symptoms or anything like that. And now I help people like you recover from DPDR using either one-on-one coaching or the Freedom course. DPDR stands for depersonalization and derealization. So depersonalization is where you feel detached from yourself, your emotions, perhaps you feel out of body. And derealization is where you feel attached from your surroundings. So it could feel like everything is 2D or flat, or like there's a sort of like a pane of glass up in front of your eyes and everything's not too clear. And both of these things are born out of anxiety. So really what they are is they're symptoms of anxiety. And there are lots of other symptoms that come along with anxiety as well, such as heart palpitations, brain fog, panic attacks, and other things like that. And often when people are going through anxiety and it's really heightened, you will have either DP or DR or both, and you will have other symptoms on top of that as well. So people will describe it, and maybe you're thinking of it like this too, of your world getting turned upside down, or you're not that person that you used to be. And because you've literally never experienced anything like this before, you're wondering, well, how do I get out of this? What's actually going on with me? Am I crazy? And so often you'll go to the doctor and they'll say everything's okay, and then you'll go get scans and then they'll say everything looks fine. So I know it's difficult to wrap your head around the fact that all of this is just anxiety, but it is. And so let's look at what actually depersonalization and derealization is. Essentially, it's a protection mechanism. So I'm sure you've heard of the fight-flight response. Well, there's also another sort of part of that which maybe you don't know. It's the fight, flight, or freeze response. And often that freeze response is what keeps us in here. So with the fight, you can fight the threat. With the flight, you can run away from the threat. And from the freeze, you can basically just lay there and disconnect and space out while that threat is eating you. So it makes it less of a traumatic experience for you. There's something that's really important here that everybody goes through, and I did, and I know you're going through this as well, is you're constantly thinking about your symptoms, and also you're constantly talking to other people about your symptoms as well. You're sort of comparing and contrasting symptoms. You know, you're wondering if your DPDR is different or worse or better than anybody else's because you've got this, and hey, have you got this as well? And they'll say, no, I don't have that, but I've got this and this. And it's a really sort of difficult thing to navigate, because what you're doing here is you're trying to get some reassurance about what's going on. The way out of this is not to try and fix the symptoms. The way out of this is to process what's happening with your anxiety. What are you getting anxious about? What are you thinking about? How are you seeing the future? How are you thinking about the past? How are you thinking about your situation right now and everything that's going on? All of that is going to impact the anxiety, and so it's going to impact the symptoms. But what happens, right, is that when you do process the anxiety and you look at all this stuff and you pick it apart and you lay it out flat and you get it all out in the open, then you actually start to realize that the world isn't as scary as what it's being portrayed to you right now. It's not as scary as how you're seeing it right now. And you start to get less anxious and the symptoms start to lift. And look, I know there's a massive amount of information out there and it can be really hard to navigate, especially in the state that you're in right now. And if you do want help, then it's okay to reach out to me. And it really is something rare and magical to actually get help by somebody who has been through this and does know exactly how you feel. So you don't have to spend 20 minutes just sitting there describing exactly how you feel, because I get it. You know, we go straight to the point. We go straight to the problem, and we get you on that path really quickly. So my friends, I really hope this video has given you a bit of hope and something to think about as well. And until next time, I'll see you in the next video. Bye.